Hey everyone, this is your real estate mate. 2024 is at its end, and I wanted to wrap up this year where we focused a lot on statistics and helping you understand the movements in the market with more statistics ending off 2024. This is today, the 30th of December. And I wanted to get stuck into the Dubai real estate market overview that I have in front of me to show you what has been happening in the villa and apartment segment and the entire real estate segment overall in terms of sales volume, sales prices, population, and then also go more narrow into which unit types performed the best when it comes to the rental market. Because if you've been following this channel, you know that I always say and truly believe that the strength of a real estate market is underpinned by the strength of the rental market. So let's jump straight into it. Before we start, there is a link in the description of this video that takes you to my calendar. It's 30 minutes, it's complimentary, where we go through statistics more in depth. We look at specific locations that would meet the investment objective that you have. So go ahead, book that meeting in my calendar, choose your time, and I will be there. So as you can see on the screen right now, the Dubai real estate market overview for 2024 overall. So we're incorporating the off-plan and the secondary sales market. We saw a 28.7% volume increase in 2024 compared to 2023, putting us right now on the 30th of December at 171,000 transactions. Now, these include plots, these include commercial, these include residential apartments and villas, off-plan and ready. So it's a total of everything. The different segments, apartment, villas, commercial, buildings, and plots are broken down into their respective fields here. The total sales value this year so far has also increased by 20.8% versus the same period for 2023. So there is tremendous demand for real estate in all sectors: plots, commercial, apartments, and villas. When we're looking at the top 5 best performing areas for sales in 2024, JVC is still right at the top, and JVC for the foreseeable future will still be right at the top for various reasons. Number one, availability. They've got a high density of affordable apartments, affordable in comparison to other locations. Number two, JVC is becoming very central as the city moves out to the south and towards the east and north. As it expands in all directions, JVC and Arjan is becoming very central. So we're going to see keep seeing a lot of movement in JVC. Secondly is Business Bay, because of its location just adjacent to downtown Dubai. Business Bay is where most of our licenses, commercial licenses, are being registered. Wadi Al Safa 5 is the Dubai land area. So that's where that is the villa corridor of Dubai, including a location that I speak about a lot, which is Dubai Residence Complex. Dubai Marina speaks for itself. A lot of people start their journey there. Dubai Marina is a landmark. It's very popular for sales and for rentals. And Al Merkda is Bur Dubai, where majority of the population will be found. So no surprise about the top 5 on this list. When we look at sales volume and sales value, we can see that first sales, which is off-plan sales, are dominant in 2023 and also in 2024. The sales volume increased by nearly 50% compared to 2025. So there was a massive push for new developments and new stock coming into the market. When we look at sales values, the majority of sales value that was made up out of the total was also found in off-plan. and then also 186 billion dirhams worth of sales in the secondary market is it's tremendous numbers here. Is the uptick trajectory of the price per square foot. As we stand today, the 2024 average price per square foot has reached an all-time high of 1,524 dirham per square foot. We are going to dive a little bit deeper into supply, but what I found very interesting is when we look at properties launched in 2023, 101,000 properties have launched. In 2024, 96,000 recorded until the 30th of December 2024. Then if we look at properties delivered, in 2023, there were more delivered than in 2024. So just shy of 40,000 were delivered in 2023, and just shy of 24,000 were delivered in 2024, which means there's a massive backlog of real estate that needs to come to the market. So if we really look full circle, that is where the demand is so prevalent in the market, because the supply is sort of stuck. People aren't moving out of their rental properties. There's a lot of rental properties that are on short-term rent, that are on long-term rent, that can't be sold. So there's a lot of dynamics that we dive into when we look at specific locations that you might be interested in investing, to really dissect what is the supply and demand factors in that location, and then also moving forward. So it's interesting to see these sort of statistics, looking at nearly 40% less properties delivered versus the same period of 2023. So we will dive deeper into supply for the next year. Just so that you know, there's a lot of competition in the Dubai real estate market for agents as well. So there's just shy actually of 7,000 agencies that have registered. So that's 50% more than they were in 2023. There are 24,000 registered agents in Dubai. That's 53% more than what they were in 2023. If you want access to these stats, as you can see, it's on DXB Interact. You've got full access to this as a normal person, as an individual, wherever you are in the world. You can go onto this website and see exactly what I am seeing. That's not the art. The art is understanding the dynamics in these locations. For example, what we're seeing in front of us right now is delivered units in 2024 per area. So understanding what happens in JVC. What type of units are being bought? Why are they being resold? Who's renting what? What is the demand in JVC, Dubai Hills, JVT, Arjan, Downtown? That is where the magic lies. That is where my expertise comes in, to make sure that the money that you've worked hard for, that you're looking to diversify into real estate here in Dubai, because the dynamics is attracting you here. That is what we are going to depend on, not obvious data that anyone has access to. But this is really good to see and understand where the demand is going, so that we can go there and then open our wallets. Delivered units in 2024 per developer, which is quite interesting. Azizi Development stand out, the big blue one. They have 20% market share in the delivered units. I think they've got some making up to do. I think that's a lot of delayed stock over there. Then Azizi has one of the largest undertakings of master plans in Dubai South. So that's a project to look out for. They recently launched their villas. Let me know if you've bought with Azizi before and what your experience has been, although I kind of understand and already know what that is. Emaar sitting with a 17% market share in delivered units for 2024. Bengati, 8%. Bengati, 8% is interesting. I think they've shifted their entire portfolio and approach to the market. A lot of studios coming to market in the next 2 years by Bengati, so that in certain locations wouldn't be a project or product that I would be investing in. Danu Properties really catering for majority of the market with their post-handover payment plans. 80-month payment plans, because there's going to be a huge drive, and we'll get to that, a huge drive for affordability, affordable housing, more flexible payment plans going into 2024 as affordability becomes in questioning. It becomes like people are questioning the affordability of being able to purchase a home in Dubai because of how much the real estate increases. I think not I think, I know, I just read this morning that the average price increase month on month in Dubai is 1.3%, which is sustainable. Unsustainable is 2%, which happened in the previous property cycle. Again, you've got access to all of this data. Mortgages volume increased by 23.7%. This is a good sentiment, showing that people are starting to use a mortgage vehicle. Only a small portion of all of the transactions out of the 171,000, only 41,000 used a mortgage. Now, again, this includes plots being mortgaged, developments being mortgaged. So these are not 41,000 people taking a mortgage for a villa or an apartment. So this is a mix of everything. So we are not hedging on and depending on debt to grow this real estate market. It's going to be interesting to see the percentage of contribution to the GDP that the Dubai real estate market has, because last year it was around 14% contribution to the GDP of Dubai. This year, I can imagine it's going to grow even stronger. Now, for the juicy part, there's been so many launches, so many projects. Almost every 18 hours, one project at one stage in Dubai. Every 18 hours, a project launched. And you were confronted with so many offers in the country that you're in, California, India, France, the city Tel Aviv, wherever you are. You were confronted with real estate marketing from Dubai with very intriguing offers. And then as you did your homework, you noticed that there are new developers coming into the cycle every single day, and something somewhere might crumble and stumble. That is a genuine concern that many of you have expressed to me. If that is a concern that you have, there's a link in the description of this video. You can go there and schedule an appointment with me so that we can talk about your concerns. We can talk about the prospects of this market and see if it aligns with the objective that you have for your next real estate investment. So looking at the future real estate developments, there are 213,508 apartments under construction. There's 60,945 villas under construction, and the commercial units, not enough, 3,700. Just to put that into perspective, we're going to break that down into a future supply and price range, and it's going to give you some insights into where to invest, where you can leverage your money the best. So the project and properties under construction, we've got 1,148 projects in Dubai. No wonder you are confused. 278,157 units that has been introduced to the market. No wonder you are confused. We're going to break it down into future supply and where the opportunity for investment is and why. I think this will solidify and really drive home why there's still an opportunity for investments in the future. Also considering the content that I have made about job creation, FDI, and the commercial economical growth that we are experiencing in the city, which is the driving force behind all of these statistics. These statistics don't drive that. Okay, so for future supply, 54% of everything coming to market is below 2 million. 54%, more than half of everything that still needs to be delivered. That's 123,000 units has been bought under the 2 million dirham mark. But between the 2 to 5 million dirham mark, 36% of the market. And then scarcity really comes prevalent when we go from 5 to 10 million dirham, 10 to 15, and essentially above 60 and above 30 to 60, there's no real supply. So if you are in the ultra high net worth category, then this would be the segment of the market that I would be focusing on. Finding opportunities within the segment of the market, because the data shows that the transactions happening at a fast pace in comparison to, we can't compare that to lower tickets, but the uptake and the demand for those type of homes for the high net worth individuals moving, 6,700 millionaires moving to Dubai in 2024, there's a high demand for that. And again, within all of the other videos that I have done, millionaires moving here, they've got spending power, they create jobs. They create businesses because they are highly likely entrepreneurs, and it all sort of folds into each other as a supporting foundation for opportunities to invest in real estate. Property construction progress. This is super vital. 64% of everything that I just showed you is still under construction. 64% of this is still under construction. And we all know it. There are always delays in construction. And it's not because developers can't afford it or developers are stagnating. It's not about that. Currently, I live in Dubai Creek Harbour. There are buildings that are ready. Emaar has done their job. It's all done. Okay? The government, the Dubai Land Department, is analyzing and making sure everything is done properly. The Dubai Land Department are the ones keeping the occupation of these buildings from actually happening, right? So 64%, just back to that. 64% of the market is between 0 and 20% progressed under construction. That's huge. That is massive. So 16% is between 20 and 40% constructed. Do you see the opportunity here? This is where the void in the market of availability is created. And that is where the demand is so prevalent. And that is why the purchasing dynamics that we see in the market is so staggering. This is why people believe in the Dubai real estate market, because of the absorption. The Dubai rental analysis is a very important analysis for investors who are thinking about Dubai as a long-term portfolio building location, okay? Because you want to have a portion of the rental market coming in, you want to have capital appreciation, you want to do off-plan and ready, you want to diversify within the different segments of the market, a bit of commercial rental. You can diversify your entire portfolio. So Dubai rental analysis is super important to see which type of units are performing the best. So if I have questions like I had yesterday, Cobus, if we wanted to buy for rental, what should we buy? Now this really is determined by the budget, and it is really then determined by the location, and very specifically in that location. So what I'm going to show you here is a general overview of rental activity in Dubai for 2024. So the filters that I have here is rental contracts 2024, the complete year until today, the 30th of December. So this is overall, so it's new contracts and renewals taken into consideration. So for the year of 2024, there has been 469,000 renewals and new contracts done in the city, which is quite exciting. Majority of those contracts is where the majority of the population is, which is in Deira, and then Al Qusais, Dubai Silicon Oasis, Barsha, Arjan, Dubai Sports City, and you can see some of the most or more memorable names and what we are used to seeing also appear on this list. The rent price mix is quite interesting. So 41.7% of the rental market is between 0 and 50,000. So that really depends. That's not just studios. That depends on which locations we are in. So in International City, you can get a 1-bedroom, maybe a 2-bedroom, maybe for 50,000. So it really depends on in what locations we are looking at, but this is overall in Dubai. 41.7% is 0 to 50,000 rent annually. 34.7% is between 50 and 80, and 14% is between 80 and 120,000 per year. A very interesting stat to look at is the total rent per bedroom from 1st of January 2024 to the 30th of December 2024, which we are on today. The unit type with the most rental contracts in the city is 1-bedrooms, 180,000 contracts, 180,300 contracts. A 2-bedroom is 146,549 contracts. Then the studios at 81,000, and then 3 bedrooms at 31,000. Now, the stats that I'm showing you here is in general, just for Dubai. What we can do is look at specific locations that you are interested in, and then break down which units are performing the best in terms of volume and value in terms of rental, and then we can choose based on your budget what you can buy. And this also sets a very realistic expectation, a very transparent expectation. I don't think that this is really available in any other city or any other country in the world. Transparent information like this up to date is a really tough feat for most places. Coming from South Africa, having clients from all over the world, it's the most transparent real estate data and real estate market in the world. So when anybody tells you anything, you will be able to verify it through data. And that is what the best investors in my portfolio does. And then, of course, we can do the same looking at rental contracts, overall renewal and new rental contracts for the complete year of 2024 until the 30th of December, which is where we are today for townhouses. So in total, 21,224 rental contracts were renewed, and new contracts overall have been done for townhouses this year so far. Your most popular location for rentals of townhouses is the Mac Hills 2. And it comes as no surprise because that is the most affordable townhouse community for you to buy in and for you to rent in. And it is one of the best villa communities for families as well. And I grin when I say that because when you're driving out to the Mac Hills 2, you can't think that there is an oasis here. But once you enter into this community, we've got water parks, water slides. You've got one of those machines that creates waves for surfboards. It's incredible. They've got huge parks and so much more. Every cluster has something for the family. And then Emirates Living, one of the oldest and most well-known communities, which is where Springs and Meadows are. And then Town Square for townhouses. Been performing the best in terms of rentals volume in this city. So we can break it down and look at the rental activity for any location that you might be interested in when we meet face to face. There's a link in the description if you want to book that meeting. Most of the number of contracts, the most contracts done for rentals of townhouses are indeed 3 bedrooms, 13,671 contracts. Then 2-bedroom townhouses, 4-bedroom townhouses is then second most popular, 4,407. So that almost leads me to believe, and I need to do some more research, but there might be a big gap in the market for 4-bedroom townhouses. It doesn't seem like there's enough availability of that. Third in line is 2-bedroom townhouses, which you will find in Emirates Living. You'll also find that in Reem community. 2,280 contracts. 1-bedroom townhouses don't exist in my opinion. So as a landlord, a potential landlord investing into townhouses, that gives you a general direction of where you should be going, which communities you should be looking at if you're buying in the ready market. If you're not buying in the ready market, we analyze similar opportunities in the Wadi Al Safa 5, which is the villa corridor of Dubai, and we look for these type of opportunities to make sure that it aligns with the objective that you have. So what to do in 2025? I've done a couple of pieces of content about population, economics, businesses, entrepreneurs, high net worth individuals. Now I've done the update on stats and activity, and it seems like it's going only in one direction. There's a few things that could happen in 2025, and the tourism sector of Dubai is feeding the economy. That's the major driver for feeding the economy is tourism. And as long as that stays on the trajectory that it is, and the government makes it easy for multiple countries to visit Dubai and make the ease of entrance easier, the city is only going to expand. So a few other variables that we need to take into consideration depending on where you come from when we're looking at investing in real estate. So again, I want to invite you to a free consultation one-on-one with me. It's personal, it's discreet, where we go through your experience, your objectives, your goals, your budget, and then we allocate certain opportunities to that objective and to that budget and to that goal, and then we track those to make sure that it performs as we need it to perform in the timeline that we give it. It sounds very scientific, but it's a good chat. It really helps you to understand this market a lot better than most people do. So go ahead, the description is in the link is in the description of this video. I'm your real estate mate because clearly everybody needs a mate in real estate. I'll see you on the next video. Brilliant. Yes, please.